Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to share with you guys this sweet little embellishment book that I made, and I used a couple of different die sets. So I'm just going to show you the die sets real quick. They're KSCraft dies. I used the tag shaped mini album, so that's what created the actual album. And you have the this piece here does the front and back. This is the layering piece for that. This piece here, or actually this piece here is the spine, and then you actually have a layering piece here for the spine as well, so you can do all your layering. And then there's a lot of fun other flowers and different things that you can add to the collection, or excuse me, to the project. I didn't use any of those except for I did use this here and this one here, and I kind of layered those on each other and offset them, and that's how I created the strap. But you can use that to like add details and stuff to this, especially if you're doing a mini album. I think you would probably want to use a lot of those extras. I also use, this is a very old Stampin' Up! Punch. This I made several bows with that, so I'll show you those. I use the new Suitcase die set from KSCraft. This is the from the June release, or excuse me, is it the June release? Oh my gosh, it might, yeah, I think it's the June release. But you get two sizes, so you get a small and a large, and it makes a little cute little suitcase. I only use the large, and you have the layering pieces like this, layers there and this there, and then you have like the handles and such. So it comes out really cute, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. I did do a couple of embellishments with that. And then I also use the summer, I think they're called summer hats. And there's two styles, so you get 3 of each, but you have like kind of like a side view of a hat. And then this is like the strap, like the ribbon that goes across like the, bottom of the head part of the hat. And then you have these pieces that layer, and then you have one that's more of like looking at the hat from the top. So you have 3 different ones, and I'll kind of show you how those go together, but you basically layer them. So you have like this one here, and then you would have this as your layering piece on top of that, and then you'd have this on top of that. So it gives you a really, and especially if you use foam, you get a really good 3D effect. And then these, I don't know where these dies came from, but I did use this one here to make some bag toppers. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here's the album. So cute. I use this really fun bow. I'm pretty sure Sparkling Ghoul made me these bows. I sometimes forget, but I purchased them, I'm pretty sure, from her a long time ago. But sometimes I forget, where I purchase things, but I'm pretty sure it's her. And I love these, and I wish I had more because I'm like almost out. And I usually use the red ones at Christmas, but this collection has some really fun pops of red in it, and I thought that bow was like perfect, especially with this like little plaid paper down below. And then I just used several pieces of ephemera, layered those up, layered that sweet little Scottish dog there on top, and then just added some flowers. These are from Julia's Crafts, and these ones are from Creating for Fun. But yeah, and then I added like a little bit of sequins there, one there, just to kind of, finish it off. And then the spine I left plain. Usually I do like a dangle or something, but I decided on this one not to. I didn't want to take away from the cover by adding something off of the side. So I could always do that later, but I haven't done it so far. I think it looks really cute as is. And then the back, I just I hot glued the strap here and covered it with one of those bows. And then have the strap come around, and then it actually like Velcros off, or open and close. And then I just realized I forgot to, so the one thing about this die set, it does cut out this little hole only on the layering piece. And I usually just cover that up with some sort of like sticker or something. And since I have my, my 12 by 12 foam sheet, I think I'll do that real quick while I have you guys on here. What one should I do? Okay, I think I'm gonna do this really cute one here. oops, sorry, I don't mean to keep hitting the camera, but yeah, I'm just gonna kind of add that like that. Okay, so now that finishes it off. Super cute. And then I still have room to put my label. If I wind up gifting this, I can add my label. So like I said, this is how it comes, or how you open it. So there's your strap, and I just did some of those little pink Velcro stickers, and I think that just kind of works perfectly. And then when you open up the album, this is what the first page looks like. So that is that punch. I know you can't get it anymore, but you might be able to find it on eBay. You guys, this thing I use so much. And then there was a stamp set that coordinated with it that cut out, or excuse me, that stamps out maybe there might even be 4. I know for sure there's 3 different, like, see how that's like closer together, the stripes, and then that one is a little bit different. This is like a plaid. So, but there might be even 4, but I thought this little punch worked perfectly with this paper in the set. It's my favorite sheet of paper from this collection. But, and I just added these with foam, or excuse me, not foam, like removable little glue dots. So those can be taken out and used in like, you know, a project. And then I'm gonna pull one of these out. So this is the little hat. Let me show you that set. Sorry, I'm a little off today. So I did use the biggest one. So it's this one there. And then you take this piece here and you actually glue that on there. And then I actually first started with a piece of foam. Then I did my pattern paper. Then I laid down this ribbon piece, and I love that it's a little bit bigger, so it looks like the band has a ribbon around it. And then I popped this next layering piece here up on foam, and then another piece of designer paper, and then added some of those sweet little flowers. And yeah, I think that just came out so, so cute. And I thought I would do 3 of those. And I really like doing the same paper for the top, like for the bill or the brim of the hat, and then the top like that. And then I thought I would try one like that, and I actually think that came out really, really cute as well. So yeah, so you can definitely use this a lot of different ways. This probably gives it more dimension by using 2 different pattern papers, but I think these came out really, really stinking cute as well. And then I added just a little couple of pieces of ephemera and a couple of sequins just to finish off the page. And then we flip this page, and I actually, this is just an embellishment. So I just took a couple pieces of the ephemera from the collection and layered it up on, I love this piece of ephemera here, and I just layered many pieces on top of that, added some flowers, and it's just like a cute little embellishment that can be removed and used on a project. This I did stick down permanently, so that's where I'm covering up all those little holes in this layering piece. So yeah, super, super cute. And then this is that same bow. So it's the same bow there as here. And that's just to give you an idea what it looks like if you just want to cut some out with like just pattern paper. And I layer these, I don't think I mentioned that, but I always layer it with, I punch out some glitter paper and then kind of offset the paper on top, the image, whether it's this designer paper or like the stripe. I just kind of like to offset that. And then I just added these little rosettes. These are from Lori at Creating for Fun as well. And that's just the little centers to my bows. And then I added just some sequins. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I added like those little lemons here, those little clay bits. I thought that was really cute for a little picnic themed, you know, embellishment book. There is the Suitcase little dies. Isn't this adorable? So you see how you have your layering pieces there. I like it with a little bit brighter paper. I think this is really cute as well, but I just kind of like it a little bit. It's a little, I love that little plaid in there. And then I just layered it up with a bunch of stuff in my stash. I don't even remember where all these little sprigs came from. I know there are various dyes, probably Scrap Diva and maybe even KSCraft. But yeah, super cute, just adding a little bit of greenery. And I actually took this idea from Hannah at KSCraft. This is how she embellished hers. And I thought I would just kind of copycat that, but it came out so, so cute. And then I did pop my suitcases up on foam, and that just gives the embellishments a lot more depth. So usually when I make embellishments, my base layer is usually foam, and then sometimes I'll add other pieces of foam too, but I definitely start out with that kind of base. Excuse me. That way when you're gluing it onto a project, it actually has like some dimension to it. And then there's that bag topper. And the funny thing about this bag topper, let me show you guys that real quick. So like I said, I don't know where it came from, but the weird thing is right here, all it does is emboss. It does not cut out like a handle. And I didn't know that when I purchased it. I thought that was going to cut out, and I could have cut that out probably with, you know, like a knife or something, a craft knife, but I decided actually to give this a layered look. I cut this out of this pattern paper. So I did, excuse me, 2 of them with different pattern paper. And then I cut another one out in this gold mirror paper. And I just cut it in half. And then I just trimmed right below that stitch line all the way around and on both of those. And that gave me 2 to add kind of like layering pieces. So these don't actually have a handle. They just kind of look like that. But I still think that's a super adorable bag topper. Like, it doesn't need to have a handle. I actually am super in love with those. And at first, when I first cut it out, I was kind of disappointed, but then I'm actually loving this look even better than it having a handle. And you could actually even trim those and just use these as like little embellishments, this whole little cluster. But I think it's a really cute bag topper as well. But look at the little images from this collection, like the frog and then the little grasshopper. So, so cute. I had a lot of fun layering up all these different elements. There's just so many cool pieces of ephemera. I used like, I've done 2 projects with this collection so far, and I've used up almost 1 entire pack of the ephemera because it's that cute. Like, usually there's a bunch of pieces of ephemera that I don't wind up using, but this collection actually had just so many, you know, that are super usable. So I'm super excited. So that's it, you guys. That is my project share. So like I said, the 2 dies that I used that were from the June KSCraft collection are these 2 here. You can find those on AliExpress and Amazon. This is the Suitcase die and then the summer hat die. So you can find those. And then the if you want to do one of these albums, I highly suggest you guys trying it. If you have this die set, the Tag Shape mini album, it is so fun. I did one other album a while back, a couple years ago. I think it's been 2 years, and that one came out so, so cute. So I actually really want to do a Christmas and a Halloween one with this die set. I just think it just makes the perfect, really small little project. And you know, it just took me like a little bit of 2 different days to complete it. So super, super excited about it. All right, you guys, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.